All right, guys. So this brings us to the next section. And in this section, we're going to learn how to use trig ratios to find the size of an unknown angle. When you start out, the start out is a bit similar to what you were doing in the previous section, but then the end is going to be different. So I'm going to start out by identifying that this side here is the hypotenuse, that the side in front of the angle is opposite, and therefore where the 6 centimeter is the adjacent side. It's the side that is adjacent to the angle. Then I would ask myself, which trig ratio includes adjacent and hypotenuse? The answer there is cosine. So I'm going to say cos is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. And remember I said that earlier, the more I write this is the more I'm likely to remember it, which is why I always write it when I just start in the question. Then I'm going to say the cosine of the angle, which is alpha. In this instance, it is the angle that you don't know, is equal to the adjacent side, which is 6, over the hypotenuse, which is 12. All right. So now here's how it's different. So what I want to find now is the angle. This is a simple trig equation to solve. All right, and I want to find the angle, which is alpha. Now, if I know the cosine of an angle, to find the angle, I must use cosine inverse. It means, therefore, that alpha would be equal to cosine inverse. So that reads cosine inverse, and in bracket, I'm going to have 6 over 12. So what I'm going to do now is to show you how to put this in a calculator and then press equal. So therefore, alpha would be equal to, now this is how you should put this in a calculator. First, you're going to press shift. It's either shift or second function. So you're going to press shift. Then you're going to press cosine. Then you're going to press open bracket. 6 divide by 12. Then you're going to press close bracket. And then you're going to press equal. Try that, please, and tell me what you get for the answer.
60.
Say that again.
60.
60 degrees. It means that the angle alpha is equal to 60 degrees. So one more time, this is how you do it. You're going to press what? Shift. Then what? Press cosine. Open bracket. 6. Then divide by 12. Close bracket. Then press equal. And it should get the answer, which is 60 degrees. All right. So next, I want you to attempt B, C, and D. Next, I want you to attempt B, C, and D. All right, so let's move on to B. All right, in B, this side is opposite to the angle. The side in front of the right angle is the hypotenuse. The ratio that includes opposite and hypotenuse is sine. So I'm going to say sine is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. The more I write that is the more I'm going to remember it. Then I'm going to say the sine of the angle, which I don't know, beta, is equal to opposite 4.8 over hypotenuse 9.6. If I know the sine of an angle, to find the angle, I'm going to use sine inverse. So beta is equal to sine inverse 4.8 over 9.6. Beta is therefore equal to, beta is equal to, so you're going to press shift, then sine, open bracket, 4.8 divide by 9.6, close bracket, and then press equal. Beta is 30 degrees. All right, let's do C. All right, in C, this side here is opposite to the angle theta. The side in front of the right angle is the hypotenuse. So where the 11.4 centimeter is must be the adjacent side. Then I will ask myself which ratio would include opposite and adjacent, and the answer there is tan. Then the tangent of the angle, which I don't know, theta, is opposite 5.8 over the adjacent, which is 11.4. And so the tangent, therefore, if I know the tangent of an angle, to find the angle, I'm going to use tan inverse. So theta is equal to tan inverse of 5.8 over 11.4. I'm going to put this in my calculator and press equal. So theta would be equal to shift tan, open bracket. This is 5.8 divided by 11.4, close bracket, is equal to, and this is approximately 27 degrees. So the angle theta is 27 degrees. And trig ratio is being used here to find the size of an unknown angle of a right angle triangle. And the last question for the day, the side in front of the angle would be opposite. The side in front of the right angle would be the hypotenuse. So where the 4.54 centimeter is the adjacent side, or the side that is adjacent to alpha. So the two sides I'm dealing with are the adjacent sides and the hypotenuse. And the ratio that includes adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. So I'm going to say cos is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Again, the more I write that is the more I'm likely to remember it. Then I'm going to say the cosine of the unknown angle, which is alpha, is equal to the adjacent side, which is 4.54, over the hypotenuse, which is 10. Now, if I know the cosine of an angle, to find the angle, I'm going to use cosine inverse. So alpha would be equal to cosine inverse of 4.54 over 10. Therefore, alpha would be equal to, so it's shift, then cosine, open bracket, 4.54 divide by 10, close bracket, then you press equal. And the answer here is 63 degrees, or 63.0 degrees to 2 to 3 significant figure. All right. So here, what we have shown is that trig ratio may be used to find the length of an unknown side or the size of an unknown angle of a right angle triangle. In other words, the trig ratio is used to solve a right angle triangle.